what's up? It's Trev.
And it's your girl Leesa, and we're about to talk that real with y'all.
So get your snacks, your drinks,
or tea,
and get ready.
Because we're not holding back.
But don't be mad at us.
It is what it is. Cheers with my water. I don't know why my husband gave me water.
Because it's too early.
It's not too early.
It's too early in the day for anything else.
No, it's not.
You need to nourish your body.
It's 5 p.m. somewhere.
And nourish your mind.
With some nice grape.
No, we can worry about that later.
The fermented grape.
Nice, clear heads, clear minds. All right, ready to process some thoughts and spit some crazy knowledge.
On
whatever it is we're talking about today. I don't even know what we're talking about.
You don't know what we're talking about? We're talking about red flags.
Red flags in relationships?
Red flags in relationships.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Okay, what do you consider a red flag? What is a red flag in a relationship? Because this term came up, and it's so funny because I'll be thinking okay, they can't possibly come up with a new term or new word for XYZ, and people they're so creative online. It's insane.
But I think the term red flag's been around a while. They just decided to apply it to relationships.
Red flags in sports.
Yeah, no, but I just think that's a red flag. And it doesn't necessarily have to apply to relationships. It's you can be an employer and somebody comes in for an interview and they're just yeah, I don't really believe in whatever, something that totally goes against, your company or whatever you're really looking for in that candidate. That's a potential red flag. It's it can apply to other things, but I just think relationships is one of the biggest things people like to talk about.
And it just went viral.
Boom.
They put it together, relationship, it went viral.
All right.
Okay. If you are watching this live, let us know if you can hear us or not. I am using a microphone and I want to make sure it works. So anyway, what would you consider a red flag in a relationship? What is your number one red flag in a relationship?
My number one?
Okay, well, yeah.
I need more time to think about that. The first thing that comes to mind is. I'm trying to think.
Oh my God!
What? You just sprung this on me. You knew what we were gonna talk about, so you got a minute to think about it. You start. I gotta think about this.
I told you what we were gonna talk about. Okay, well, I feel like the first red flag in a relationship that comes to mind for me is if you're dating, right, and you're on a date with somebody and you're like, hey, what happened when you and your ex? And immediately they start bad mouthing their ex and them nonstop, especially, that's a red flag. Because there's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that your ex was the most horrible person, did XYZ, that's the reason why y'all broke up, blah, 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 blah. But what did you do? Because you're not perfect. I feel like that's a red flag. That's definitely a red flag.
Okay.
Because it's narcissism.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what? You don't agree with me?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I think it depends on how that conversation goes. If it's because for some people, a relationship may have been traumatic. Just saying though, I don't want to. I personally don't know if I'm ready to hear you just you're going off the cuff about how horrible this person was. I get that. I just think before I sit there and really go I don't know about this one. I kind of have to do a little bit more digging.
But this is a red flag. It's not necessarily okay, I'm running. But it's just this is something to be aware of.
Oh, and I get that. I definitely get that. But I'm also okay, this is on my radar. I'm also going to keep digging because it's is there more to this? Or is this just like you said, are you just a textbook narcissist?
No, there's always more to it. Nobody's perfect in relationships. So that's a red flag big time. If you're going to sit here and tell me that your ex cheated and your ex was mean and putting you down and all of this stuff like that, and then you're perfect.
So then here's the red flag for me. Then it's more of a situation if that's the case. If I ask you that question, you say my ex was this and this and this. They were this horrible. This happened, and because I have no problem following up. Well, what could you have done differently in that relationship, or what could you have done better? I think any mature person can have a moment of self-reflection and say, okay, well, like maybe in this respect, I wasn't a good partner, or I could have done this, or could have done that better. So if you don't give me anything there, like if you can't be critical of your own self and at least say, okay, well, these are ways that I need to grow, that for me is a red flag.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like if that's what I'm saying, you kind of have to continue to ask more questions, not necessarily just saying like right off the bat. That's kind of where I'm going with this. I'm like, I need to do more digging. My follow up to that
You just like made this something
what?
completely different.
No,
I'm
I
just talking
didn't.
about a simple red flag that
No, I
you
didn't.
sitting there having a conversation with somebody you're dating, and you're sitting there and you're like,
That
okay,
was
this
my
is
response to your what you consider to
I
be a
don't know
red
about
flag.
that.
I just gave you a response to what you said. You said that's
Okay,
a red flag.
so now your turn. Give me a red flag because
A red flag.
yeah.
For me, anybody that's on their phone way too much.
Like you be on your phone way too much.
But like early on in a relationship, like if we're out at dinner and you're constantly on your phone, that's a problem for me. Like,
yeah,
that's a problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
If we've just started, like,
yeah,
you know,
if you just started dating and they're always on their phone,
that I'd be like, you got to be kidding me.
what if they work from their phone?
That maybe this isn't a good time for us to be dating.
What if they're a content creator like me and they have to always be on their phone?
listen. You've got to then microdose that, like sprinkle that in a little bit. Let's ease into you constantly being on the phone. Like let's get to know each other first.
Okay.
I
agree with you.
That would take me off.
I agree with you because nowadays it's really like you bring it back to parenthood because such a mama. I feel bad because Tori, I don't hear Tony do it. I never really heard Tony do it. But Tori, if she wants your attention, which is our 2-year-old, by the way, if she wants your attention and you're not giving it to her and you're on your phone, she says, Daddy, put your phone down. Mommy, put your phone down. I'm throwing my phone away, okay? Like, that means my baby wants to play with me and I'm on my phone and she realizes it and she wants my attention. Like, that makes me so sad. That's such a cry for help. Mm-hmm. Don't be on your phone around your kids, baby. Guys, okay? Seriously.
Yes.
Seriously.
No, I get it. I hear you. I agree 100% because she's got me like that too.
Yeah, because if you're doing
whether she's got anything to tell you or not, it doesn't matter. Like in the moment,
she wants to play with you. That's why she does it. She doesn't do it often, but she wants to play with you.
Yeah.
So our baby tells her parents when it's a red flag. Okay, next red flag for me is somebody trying to tell me what I should and shouldn't wear and like judging me for it. Like that, I would not like that at all.
I agree.
You don't do that, so thank you. I love you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, what? What is like? So it's like,
what was that?
Because I try to like understand other people's perspectives, and like, okay, well, why? And I was listening to something the other day, and a guy was saying, a woman was like, he asked a woman, he was like, do you want your man to lead in a relationship? And she said, sorry, it wasn't just her, it was numerous women. I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5. And she was like, yes, I want my man to lead. And he was like, okay, so do you want your man to tell you how to dress? And you better believe 100% of the women asked said, hell no, you better not. Okay. And his argument to that was, if you want your man to lead, then you've got to be okay with him having a certain standard for you as his woman, as the person he decides to be with. And if he deems your attire as being less than that standard, it's up to him to be able to, he should be able to tell you that. Because not necessarily because he thinks you look, you know, skanky, trashy, whatever. It's just like, yo, this is how I see you. Okay. I just thought that was interesting. I haven't had a minute to process that. I just was like, again, trying to understand, like, okay, why do people feel the need to do that? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to, I bring it up because I kind of want your opinion on it.
Well, I think as a woman, it depends, like, what do they mean when they want a man to lead. I think that's different in every home, in every relationship. You know, like, somebody could say, yeah, I want my man to lead, but they really only want them to be able to support them financially. And then some people, they're like, okay, for me, leading is, you know, telling me we're gonna go on this date this day, we're going here, be ready, and like I don't have to think about anything. I'm just ready. And so I think it just depends on like what they consider leading.
Okay.
And then because I mean, I guess I can see that if you are submissive to your partner, to your husband or your man or whatever, if you're submissive to them, then I'm absolutely, I feel like like it comes with the territory. Like, I'm being submissive to you. Like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to you, and you can tell me what to wear and what to dress because I'm accepting that. So it just really, it depends. I don't know. That's a weird situation.
It depends situations.
It does, because there's no black and white. It's definitely always a gray area. But in relationship, because people are so different, though, they react differently. They handle things differently. I don't want nobody telling me how to dress. I don't need to be led in a relationship. Like, it's just what I'm saying. Like, I mean, for me, it just sounds like a woman is being submissive in a relationship if she wants the man to lead. I don't know.
I think
kind of like turned this.
No. It was just, I was just trying to figure out, like I said, why people do that and like what the psyche is behind it. Because behind the whole, like, people telling you, okay, you should wear this, don't wear that, you know, like, because
they don't want, they're jealous, they're insecure, they don't want people looking at their partner a certain way, they don't want people fantasizing about their partner a certain way, they are feeling like maybe if I'm not around, I can't protect my partner.
Yeah.
And there's so many different things that probably comes across a person's mind when they tell someone like, you're not going out like that. You know, maybe childhood trauma and things that they've seen or witnessed or experienced or heard. Like, it's so many different things.
No, I hear you.
They don't trust their partner. Oh, I can go on and on.
I don't know. Like, for me, it's I don't know, like that. I just think you should have full autonomy. I don't. It's something that I don't do, but I think if I had to say something, I feel like because I don't say anything.
You always say that. That's a red flag, okay? Because that's very.
I'm not saying you need to listen, but I say like it warrants a conversation.
But the way you say it, because he has actually done that to me before. Oh, I don't say anything. So the fact that I'm saying something like is really important. It really means something. Meaning, like, you're kind of making me feel bad and guilty if I don't listen to you, because like that's how you word it.
I think that's a misinterpretation. It's more of a like, I don't want you to get upset about this because I'm saying it to you. It's like, can we at least have a conversation? Because I'm not going to sit here and guilt trip you. It's like, hey,
sounds like a good guilt trip to me.
No, you're a guilt tripper. I'm not a guilt tripper.
No, I can be a guilt tripper. I don't guilt trip you. I'm just saying. I'm a good guilt tripper.
I'm just saying that. Like,
really good.
But why would I operate at extremes where I don't say something and then I'm trying to like make you feel bad about it? Like, I would never, like, on that spectrum. I just feel like that's really aggressive. I never operate that way. Like, okay, that's just how at least I think.
Okay, so would you say my guilt tripping is a red flag, sir?
No, because if that was a thing, if that was a thing, I feel like we would have had way more arguments. We would have had way more issues.
I don't guilt trip you.
It's not. Thank God.
Okay, so let's see what the internet has to say about red flags. Okay, let's see. Oh, I forgot you used the other one. I'm a Safari user. He is a Chrome user. I don't
what
know.
Are you doing?
Okay, so look. If you really love me, you would XYZ. That's guilt tripping at its finest. Yeah. Okay, that's like not even hiding the fact that you're guilt tripping somebody. Like, it's just literally like, well, if you love me, you wouldn't wear that. And if you love me, you wouldn't go out with your homeboys.
Uh, yeah, yeah. That's a no go for me. Like, there's no need for that. There really is. Like, and the older I get,
Mhm.
too, like, I couldn't stand for it. I couldn't.
Okay. So when you were younger, did you ever date anybody that said if you really love me, you only dated me? So let's be very careful about how you.
I don't think those words ever came out of your mouth. I feel like I remember.
I think if they did, and it came more so of if you really love me, you would make me a plate of food because I'm starving. It's something like that, and
Yeah.
that's not serious at all.
No, exactly. But
Huh?
that's how there's a bunch of people that operate like that. And it's crazy because it's like, it's a major red flag for a multitude of reasons. I think, like, it's manipulation,
Yes,
right? It's mental manipulation.
exactly.
It's abusive. Like, it's, to me, that's abuse,
It
right? Like,
is.
it's
It is.
emotional abuse, it's mental abuse. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
and it's controlling. So, complete red flag if, like, excessive calling or texting.
Oh my god, that is a big red flag. That's a huge red flag. I can't stand that. What?
Me either.
Okay.
Me
I'm gonna
either.
piggyback on that though in a second. But let's talk about the excessive calling and texting because that is a big red flag. I can't stand it. A lot of people say they can't stand it, but then people actually do it. And
Or there are a lot of people that, like, if it's not happening, they're upset.
if they're not
Yeah, if they're
calling,
not getting the attention, it's kind of like, well, hold on, like,
there's a sweet spot when it comes to
yes,
calling and
100%.
texting your partner. I feel like nowadays though people don't call, they either FaceTime or they do text, and texting can be excessive because people text like they're like face to face having a conversation and they don't complete their thoughts. So then it's like their one sentence could be like 10 seconds. My friends text like that and it drives me crazy. I'm like,
You do that sometimes.
you can put this in one message. No, I do.
You do that sometimes, not often, but I'm like, I think you're aware of it, which is why I don't say anything.
But it's also no. But with you, it's different, and it's also because like if I'm telling a story, that's different. Or like it's like usually with you, it's like okay, I need to let him know that I'm about to do this and this and this, and then I forgot to tell him about this and this and this and this and this, and then it's like I can't. I have to tell you before I forget. So that's different though. But we're not talking about that type of calling and texting nonstop. We're talking about the type that if you're out with your friends, your partner, or somebody you're dating, it's just like, hey, what's up? Oh my God, you can't answer? Really? It's like that now? Like those type of mess, like that is so annoying. That's literally a huge red flag. Like you need to run because this person wants to know your whereabouts every second of the day, doesn't trust you, is almost obsessed with you. Like there's so many different things that you can interpret from somebody constantly calling and texting you when they're out and about, when you're out and about with like family or friends or just not with them at work.
Yeah, or it's situational too, right? Like if they know your whereabouts, like you're at work and they're not bothering you.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, if I say I'm going out with my homegirls, then you want to start blowing me up, like, or whatever, like that kind of toxicity, I think, is something to really pay attention to.
Absolutely. Also. So now the piggyback that I was talking about, the piggyback off of that, right, is now when you are, let's say you're not with somebody, like you're in different places, right? You're out with your friends, I'm at home, and I message you and you don't answer for a while, and then I'm gonna go off. Then it's gonna be excessive. Like it's like, hold on, why are they not answering? Why are they not responding? But what I was saying is that if you're out and I hit you up and you don't respond to me, okay, all right, I'll give you some time. I will give you some time. But then you take a very long time, or you don't hit me back at all. That's a red flag because it's like I get that you're doing something, but acknowledge me. Like that's rude as hell.
Yeah.
Because what if something happened to me? What if like I'm worried because something happened in your vicinity and I know and I want to make sure you're safe. Like there's so many different things that you don't know what's going on. Like, just respond to your partner. I can't stand that.
Yeah. 100% agreed. I mean, we're like,
okay, great.
but like we're married, you know, like, so I understand that, you know, like it's
well, you do that sometimes and it annoys me. Like I'll hit you up and I'm like, hey, and then like I won't hear nothing for mad long and I'm like, I just want to know if you're okay, dude. Like, are you fine? Are you good? Did you get where you needed to go? How is it there? Like, cool, enjoy, have fun. And then like you won't respond for a very long time and I'm like, okay, you're annoying.
sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right, honey.
It's not. It's not. It's unacceptable, and I apologize. It's definitely never intentional.
Okay, thank
like,
you. I appreciate
I'm
that,
not
honey.
like purposely ignoring her.
Yeah.
But like, you know, and I feel like I know the situations. Like, if I don't respond,
Mm-hmm.
it's the whole like I have not. I need to not have my phone in my hand
Mm-hmm.
at any point in time for me to be like, just not respond. That's just, seriously like it's
okay.
Car, it's like in the thing or something, or like there is no like I know how she feels about it.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
especially like as a man who's like, I don't want no problems. Okay, I do not. The last thing I want is a problem with my wife. Okay, I'm not gonna just be like I'm not gonna respond to that text.
Okay.
Especially if nothing's wrong.
Well, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You just attacked me, but it's okay.
I didn't. I didn't. Another red flag. This will be the last red flag we're going to talk about on today's podcast, and we can definitely come through with a part 2. But you know, I feel like I don't want to have the podcast so long because people have such short attention spans nowadays. And also, I'm curious to know what other people's red flags are.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we can literally go on forever about red flags. Like, seriously. Topic. It really is. It really is.
Even as I'm looking at red flags, it's kind of like, well, there's, but also some red flags spawn other red flags, or like they go hand in hand. Yeah, you know.
And like the ones that we have online right now, they're like super serious. Like there's little red flags here and there, like I've seen on the internet. And I'm like, haha, that's true. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, give me one.
Like somebody, like basically, like someone telling you, like, oh, don't wear that outside, versus like controlling what you wear. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hold up, like it's kind of the same thing, but kind of not. Like one is much more serious than the other.
Okay. Ooh, I got a question though.
Yeah.
Like, to take it a step further, let's say you go out on a date with somebody and you ask them, like, I don't know, where do you see yourself in like 5 years? And they don't know. Is that a red flag for you?
No, it's not. Okay. Not necessarily. Like, where do you see yourself is very different from what do you want to accomplish. But knowing, like, I mean, I think to me, I think that's different. Okay. You know, like, I can want to, like, let's say I want to own a business, and in 5 years, I would love to own a business. That doesn't necessarily mean, like, I can see myself, like, I can be like, I don't know, because right now, I'm a content creator, and like I don't know if I start doing amazing content creating, I'm not really like there's so many different things, like paths that life can take you, and then also things change, mindsets change. So I mean, I think it's okay. I like spontaneity. Like I'm very spontaneous. I move very quickly. If I have an idea, I want to run with it. And if not, I might come back to it. I might not. I might have a better idea. So I don't know. I feel like you probably it'd be a red flag for you.
No, actually not. Actually not. I think there's got to be like some type of framework though. Like I don't expect most things to go according to plan.
Like have an idea of like where do you want to go? Years.
Especially because like if you're thinking of like let's think about 5 years, is that plan? Even if you acknowledge that like certain things may happen, but let's say in a perfect world everything goes right, is that plan aligned with your plan? Like your own personal goals and things that you maybe want to do. Yeah, I think that's something that like I think it's a good question that needs to be asked. I don't know if it's like I don't know if at any point in time it should be seen as a red flag. You know, like I don't know. Maybe yes, it is if it doesn't align with your goals. But I just don't think like there's anything that I'll hear that I'll just be like,
if somebody's just like, I don't know, in 5 years, I don't know.
I don't want to do anything.
I have no idea. I have no idea where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I think this is it. Like, this is kind of what I want to do. But if they're not doing nothing,
well, that's what I'm saying though, because I know people that they are very content with their 9 to 5, and even though they say that, you know, I need more money, or I want a job with better paying money, but they're not making any actions to get another job with more money or give themselves, and they're just kind of like, yeah, this is what I do every day. I go to work, come home, hang out with my family or whatever it is at that stage in their life, and that's it. And like, friend, for me, I'm just like, but do you not want better for yourself? Like, do you? It's like, and so for me, that's what I'm saying. Like, me personally, it's very hard for me to say, like, in 5 years I want this. Like, I can have a monetary goal. I'm gonna get that very all over the place. Like, I'm a hustler. Like, it's my hands in so many different pots. It's very different. Like, very different. But I mean, I have goals like that versus just, I want to just sit here and live my life the way that I've been living my life, and go to work and come home and eat dinner.
Or not go to work.
And that's it.
If you don't work. I mean, it depends. Like, it really does depend. Like, I think.
Oh, we should talk about friendship red flags, because whoa.
Oh yeah.
I can go on about that.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's still a form of relationship. But
that's true.
But yeah, we don't have to get into that today. That can definitely be a totally another part. Because it is different.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It makes me sad when people don't have goals. Like, they don't see themselves in a different path in 5 years, is what I mean. Like, if you're comfortable, I mean, I guess that's okay for you, but I feel bad because there's so much in this world, and there's so much experience, and there's so many different things that life has to offer, that if you're just content literally doing the same thing, we know somebody like that, right? Like, I feel terrible for them. Like, I feel like you're just wasting life.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, there's like the other side of that though, and it's completely off topic. But the other side of that is, it's like, if you're not upset about it, I can't give it as much energy.
Okay.
You know?
So let's bring it back to relationships. Seeing somebody like that, knowing the person that you are, you would walk away. What would you do?
I think so. You know, because I say this. You need someone. Well, I would need somebody that is going to continue to inspire me. You know, like, I don't know.
Great way to put it, baby.
Right? Like, I don't know if that person would have the capability to. They might. You know, they may be like a very supportive person of the things that you want to do because they care about you so much, maybe. You know, and they may want to say, hey, well, like, I don't really have anything I can really care about, but like, I'll help you any way I can. Those people, it's very possible. But it's like, do you want to risk that? Do you want to like start to see that through in hopes that that is the case? You know, because this also works the other way around, where you meet somebody that's really focused and they seem like they'd be a really good motivator, but they're so focused on what they're doing, they don't have time to support you or encourage you, and you're kind of feeling like, yo, we're not really building together, we're doing things separately, so why am I in this relationship? It could work either way, you know, because even then it's like, is that a red flag? Somebody that's got so much going on that they're not going to be available to you. Right?
Oh yeah, that's a big issue in relationships, that people are so focused on their own career that they put the career, and that's fine. I think sometimes it's okay to put your career ahead of your relationship, but you can't ignore your relationship. Like, you can't, you know, like, you can't just let it go and just be like, oh, it's here. It's gonna flow with me and go with me. Like, no, like, you have to put the effort into it. Like, never stop putting effort into your relationship.
But if you feel that, well, that's the other thing though. Like, if putting the effort in is something you just don't have the energy to do, then obviously that's not the relationship for you.
You know,
I mean, it's okay. You don't have to beat a dead horse at that point.
So difficult.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna come back to part 2 with red flags. Okay. I think the next video is going to be green flags. So make sure you are subscribed and you follow all our pages on social media, because we're definitely going to be rocking with our podcast live, but you can always follow it up on Facebook and on YouTube if you want to watch it. And they're also available on all platforms. So if you're in your car and you want to listen to us, you can definitely hop on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can get a podcast. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for watching, though.